Attention, Star Cadets! Stand by for action! Captain Paxar says prepare to travel time and soar through space while facing the worst villains of the past and the future. Stand by for Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour!
Greetings, Star Cadets. I, Captain Paxar, am speaking to you from the secret headquarters of the Interdimensional Peace Force. Today's mission is as follows. Commander Corry and the Space Patrol continue their battle against Prince Baccarati, otherwise known as the Black Falcon. Stand by for action as the Space Patrol fights to survive the castle's destruction on Planet X.
High adventure in the wild, vast reaches of space, visions of daring in the name of interplanetary justice. Travel into the future with Buzz Corry, Commander-in-Chief of the Space Patrol. Brought to you by the Checkerboard Super Cereals. Wheat Chex, Rice Chex, and good hot roasting. I want you to fire cosmic missiles into the castle. I'll direct your fire.
But I can't fly into the castle with you and Happy there.
You've got to, Carol. It's our only chance. Now listen carefully. We're locked in a basement dungeon near the center of the castle. Direct your first missile slightly off-center toward the front of the castle. If that doesn't do it, fire the next one closer. Stand by for exciting action on the castle's destruction on Planet X in just one moment.
Buzz Corry and his cadet Happy, hot on the trail of Prince Baccarati, have pursued the evil Black Falcon to his castle stronghold. However, they nearly met with disaster when they fell while bringing Baccarati down a force beam from their wrecked ship to the main hall of the castle. Before Buzz and Happy regained consciousness, Dr. Malengro, the Black Falcon's chief scientist, managed to drag the prince away from the scene and into hiding. Meanwhile, hovering near the surface of Planet X, a Space Patrol battlecruiser ventures closer and closer to the castle. Having had no word from Buzz or Happy, one person has decided to investigate. Carol, a daughter of the Secretary General, tries repeatedly to contact him.
Calling Commander Corry. Come in, please. Buzz, do you read me? Calling Space Patrol, Unit number 91. Unit number 91, come in, please.
All right, my friend. You're safe. Corry. Where is Corry? He's still unconscious, Your Highness. He and the cadet are lying in the main hall. I brought you into the corridors where you'll be safe. Good work, Melinda. Good work. Now I must go and take care of Corry and the cadet. You have alerted the guard. No, Your Highness, I didn't think it was wise to take time. My only concern was your health and safety. You must alert them. We're going to need help. Of course, Your Highness. You must be very careful with Corry. He's very clever. I have a plan. We can capture Corry and the cadet and be in no danger ourselves. No danger? Supposing we are to turn up the thermal boosters in the main hall. And the temperature will rise and we'll be terribly hot there. Yes, we did turn Corry and the cadet will be outside in the hallway. And then the guards can ambush them. But Malengo, yes, Your Honor. Make sure it gets hot enough for they have a chance to get away. And then the guards can ambush them. And they can't protect themselves. They become weak. Of course, Your Honor. Of course. At least we're inside the castle. Yeah. But so is Baccarati. He must have come through before we did. Or else one of his men dragged him away. Come on, look at the guard, Captain. He's unconscious. Shot the paralyzer ray. That is the light charge. You'll be all right in a few hours. Who could have done it? Baccarati was with us. Judging from his position, he's standing near the control panel on his shirt. Look. Poor thing. He must have been trying to shut it off so Baccarati would fall. How long with us? Yeah. Nice guy. Well, Baccarati's men must discover what he was doing and shot him. Must have been the same guy that carried Baccarati out of here. That's one we've got to find right now. It's kind of hot in here, isn't it? You too? I thought it was just me. It seems to be getting hotter. There's something kind of unnatural about it. Unnatural is right, huh? This is generated heat. Baccarati. Walking right from here, it's getting hotter than the inside of a furnace in here. Won't have to give me a hand with that guard, Captain. You've got to get out of here. Your Highness, Corry and the cadet could not take the heat of the thermal was dead. They are out in the corridor. He soon will be captured. That's certain. We have captured him before. But somehow he always escaped, and somehow he always returned. No, no. I won't be safe as long as the Space Patrol knows where I am. I will hide. I gotta find the place where they won't find me. I will abandon the castle. I will destroy it. Oh, Your Highness, you cannot talk like that. Why not? What good is the castle to you? Actually, you don't hold. Beyond these walls, you're safe. Safe? Will I ever be safe as long as Corry's alive?
Your Highness, we are in Corridor B now. Corry and the cadet are approaching from the main hall.
Good. Now, you don't use the Space Patrol again. It matters if you ambush them. Maintain silence. Nothing must go wrong.
We will be ready for them, Your Highness. Out.
Commander! Wait, no!
Your Highness, we've captured him.
Major Cornwall, our scientist squadron got used to.
Where shall we rendezvous, Miss Carroll?
Directly over the castle. I think we'll find them there.
You have followed me for the rest! You hunt! You thought Captain was found in the corridor. He just revived. Have you thrown him in iron? What's that? Your Highness! Look! Racing! From Space Patrol! Oh, that's Your Highness. They cannot harm us as long as the castle is surrounded with a force barrier. I'm tired of this stacking masking. I'm going to put an end to it. And I'm going to put an end to your interference. Don't do it, Your Highness. You'll destroy the castle. That. And Corry and the cadet alone, whatever. This is my final plan to escape, Corry. Below this castle, there are explosive mines planted. Then, 15 minutes after I press these buttons, this entire castle will be blown to dust.
You'll never escape, Baccarati.
Now, there's a whole squadron up there waiting for you right now. They never penetrate my force barrier. Now, now there is no port barrier. What's going to protect you? Sentinel personnel. Plan Z1 is in effect at once. Plan Z1. Then escape you, Johannes. Stay up, you fool. You did it, Johannes. There's no more turning back. The captain is going up. And Corry will stand behind. You can't talk to me. All right. Take them down in the dungeon. Knock them out at once. Johannes. Yes. What about the guards, Captain? Let him out of the way for a second. Throw him in the guard car. I'll take care of him later. There's 13 minutes left, Commander. 13 minutes left to live.
At ease, Star Cadets! Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour will be back in a moment! Stand by for action, Star Cadets! We now return to Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour!
And now back to Space Patrol.
Good rocket, Commander. Only 9 minutes left. 9 more minutes, and the whole place will be blown to cosmic dust, and us along with it. Keep looking, Cap. Hurry up! Get in there! We haven't got much time! This will be a fast ride. Hang on. After we start out, the you'll get straight down into the bottom of the rocky fire. You will accelerate to at least 1,000 miles an hour. Minutes left, Commander. I know how. You can't find one single loose brick in this whole wall. They sure put this place up to stay, and they put us in it to stay, too. Nothing could get through these walls. A minute. Into the space phone signal, Will. Commander Corry, calling Space Patrol Squadron, circling over Baccarati's castle. Come in.
patrolling space patrol squadron. Searching over Baccarati's castle. Come in.
Buzz, you?
Carol, what are you doing here?
Oh, never mind that. Where are you? What's going on?
I'll tell you later. Right now, listen very carefully. Baccarati's rigged this castle will blow up in about 6.5 minutes.
Buzz, are you down there?
Yes, Happy and I are locked in the dungeon. I'm counting on you to get us out.
But how can I land through the force barrier?
Force barrier's turned off, but I don't want you to land. There isn't time.
I want you to fire some cosmic missiles into the castle. I'll direct your fire.
But I can't find the castle with you and Happy there.
You've got to, Carol. It's our only chance. Now listen very carefully. We're locked in a basement dungeon near the center of the castle. Direct your first missile slightly off-center toward the front of the castle. If that doesn't do it, fire the next one closer.
Oh, Buzz, isn't there some other way?
Please don't argue, Carol. There isn't much time.
All right, Buzz, I'll do my best. Squadron, this is command ship. There's an immediate area on standby.
Smoking rockets, Commander. If Baccarati's mines don't get us from below, Carol's missiles might from above. Either way, we're right in the middle.
If we're lucky, Happy, one of Carol's missiles will break through the wall of the dungeon, set us free.
Yeah, but then what? We're still in the castle.
Well, Angel mentioned something about an escape tube. We've got to find it and use it before the mines blow up.
Great. One little escape tube, probably well hidden in this great big castle, and we've got to find it in a matter of minutes. That is, if Carol's aim is good.
What are you doing with the space point, huh?
Well, I'm just splitting it, sir. Head, Carol's missile blows a hole in the wall, we can get out of here, and tails, it blows the whole place to cosmic dust, and us along with it.
And?
Came up tails 4 times in a row.
Are you all right?
We're all right, Carol. Next one will have to be closer. Just a little closer towards center.
All right, Buzz. A little closer.
Smoking rockets, Commander. Now I know how a sitting duck really feels.
The cross down low half this when they do it.
Yeah. Tails.
Did that do it, sir? I hope. That's why it happened. We'll take one more. One more?
Buzz! Buzz, please answer me.
We'll take one more, Ken. One more, almost dead center. Almost, but not quite.
Buzz, I don't think I can do it. What if I hit you? What if I blow up the castle?
Carol, get hold of yourself. Fire that missile.
All right, Buzz. How fast?
Daddy, look. Hot rockets at work to the whole big enough to fly a spaceship through. Carol, you did it. You blew a hole through the wall and we're all right.
Thank heaven. Shall I land now and pick you up?
No, Carol, I'll check with you later. Corey, now all we gotta do is find an escape tube. Escape tube. Baccarati must have built that as the last resort escape. That means it would be located near where he spent most of the time. In the main hallway, right where the switch was that activated the mechanism that was going to blow up the castle. Come on, Pat.
Your Highness, I heard explosions. That's impossible. The timing mechanism to detonate the mines was precision made and tested over and over again. No, the castle will not blow out for another minute yet. And besides, we're safely away now. We have nothing to worry about.
Particularly since we know that Corry and the Cadet has left within a minute to leave.
Yes, I'm beginning to feel free already. But Corry out of the way. They will never find me again.
Commander, we've looked everywhere. Almost everywhere, huh? That's it. It must be. Get less than a minute. 1 minute. Wait. What's the trouble? Hang on, Capt.
I don't care what it is. Long as it's fast. So, Hank, what do you say now? Oh, Jesus. Oh, what happened to the bad back there? I forgot. Forgot what? We got to flip the coin and see if we're going to get out alive or not. Well, better late than never. Well? Tails. We didn't make it. That's my cadet.
Stand by for a preview of next week's exciting adventure, immediately following this important message for all you space patrollers. Look for this sign, space patrollers, the sign of the Weatherbird at your Weatherbird shoe store. That's where you get your free Name the Planet contest entry blank and those swell space coins. Remember, you also get space coins inside every package of good hot roast, either instant or regular. But hurry, time's getting short. But there's still time to get going on the Name the Planet contest at your Weatherbird shoe store. That's your Weatherbird shoe store. Be sure to hear Space Patrol on ABC Radio every Saturday. Consult your newspaper for time and station. And be sure to join us again when Space Patrol is brought to you on television by the whole wheat cereal in the red and white checkerboard packages. Instant Ralston and regular Ralston.
Well done, Star Cadets! The first phase of our mission was a rousing success! Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour will be back in a moment!
Welcome back, Star Cadets. I, Captain Paxar, will now brief you on the second phase of our mission. Our intrepid explorer in time and space, Captain Zero, travels back to Earth's distant past to show a disillusioned genius the importance of his life's work. Stand by for action as Captain Zero meets Leonardo Davinci.
Captain Zero, research explorer in time and space. Somewhere in a remote, uncharted region of the planet called Earth stands the laboratory of Captain Zero. In this secret location, known only to a few in the outside world, Captain Zero and his associates experiment in time and space to learn from the past, to plan for the future.
Contact been established. We now transmit you direct to the laboratory of Captain Zero. Please stand by.
Zero to Jet. Come in, Jet. Over.
Jet to Zero. Come in, Captain. Over.
All secure, Jet. I'll contact you when I'm ready to land. Zero. Over and out.
Yes, sir. Jet, out. All my own. I'd blast off from Mars or Venus right now. I'd be famous. I'd go down in history as the first man to fly to another planet. First man to fly.
Zero to Jet. Come in, Jet. Over. Zero to Jet. Come in, Jet. Over. Jet.
Yes, sir?
Come in, Jet. Over.
Oh, yes, sir. Jet to Zero. Come in, Captain. Over.
It's about time. What in the world were you doing? Over.
Well,
I know. Sound asleep, huh?
Well, no, not exactly. I was sitting here concentrating.
Okay, never mind. Alert the north field. I'm coming in. Zero. Over and up.
Yes, sir. At once, sir. Jet, out. Tetro.
Yes, Jet?
Captain Zero's coming in on the north field.
Right.
Here she comes. Man, what a ship. Golly, wish I'd been born a couple of 100 years ago. I bet I'd have thought of making airplanes even then. I'd have been famous. I would have gone down in history as the first man in the world ever to fly. Oh, hi, Captain.
Hi, Jet.
How'd it go? Did you have any trouble?
Not a bit. The ship operated perfectly. But what happened to you?
Well, I guess I got kind of lost in thought.
You mean daydreaming?
Yeah. I was the first man in the world ever to fly.
You know, Jet, you'll fly a lot higher if you learn to keep your feet on the ground. What do you think of her?
Boy, she sure is a beaut. How fast will she go?
I don't know exactly. She's still in the experimental stage. I had her up to about 12 miles per second, but she's built to go twice that fast. Docro.
Yes, sir.
You can take her up for a shakedown whenever you're ready.
Yes, sir.
Boy, you've sure come a long way since man first decided to fly.
No doubt about that.
Captain,
Yes?
when did man first get the idea of flying?
Well, the idea of flying has been in man's mind for a long time, Jet. Probably ever since he first noticed birds.
But when did he first do something about it?
Well, there's an old Greek legend about a man named Icarus who made a pretty successful flight.
How?
With wings, like those of a bird.
Well, what happened to him?
He did all right until he got a little overconfident and flew too close to the sun.
What happened then?
The heat of the sun melted the wax holding the wings to his body, and he fell into the sea and drowned.
I wouldn't call that a very successful flight.
It's just a mythological legend, Jeff.
But when did man first do anything about making a flying machine?
Well, if we skip over the Wright brothers and all the others who contributed so much to modern aeronautics, we'd end up with Leonardo da Vinci. His machines were the first ones of which we have any real records.
Leonardo da Vinci? I thought he was a painter.
And you're right. One of the world's greatest. But he was also a sculptor, architect, doctor, scientist, engineer, and practically everything else you can think of, as well as an inventor.
Man, he sure must have been busy.
He was.
How did his machines work?
Well, one of them had two huge wings, like a bird.
Like in the Legend of Icarus?
Right. And the theory was that when a man got inside the machine and operated the levers, the wings would flap like those of a bird and the machine would fly.
Did anyone ever try it?
Not that I know of.
Golly, flapping wings, like a bird. Captain?
Yeah?
Can we go back to the time of Leonardo da Vinci and see his flying machines?
Good idea. Set the time machine for the year 1515, June the 12th. Location, the castle of King Francis I in Milan, Italy. Bring up the voltage to 400,000, thermogauge 20.965. Stand by to activate the cycle reactor.
Yes, sir.
Petro.
Yes, sir.
Stand by for operation of the time machine. We're going to try to project back to Leonardo da Vinci in the 16th century.
Yes, sir.
Electrogenerators, 8.713. Klystron output, 4.995. Set the trilotron at 40.6732.
Right.
Ready, Jet?
Ready, sir.
Ready in the electric chamber?
All set, Captain.
Stand by for signal. Activate the cycle reactor. Steady. We're cracking the fourth dimension. Good. We're projecting back into time. 1900, 1800, 1700. Steady. Increase the field output. Double the rise time. 1600, 1550. Stand by. 30, 20, 1515. Cut the cycle reactor and lock it. Level of power, Tetro.
Did we make it, Captain?
I think so. Activate the sound wave segregator and patch it into the time machine audio.
Yes, sir. All set, sir.
Stand by to activate the view screen.
Yes, sir.
Bring up the beam focus. Check Orth multiplier. Check target voltage. Increase image acceleration.
Golly, what's that?
That's the castle of King Francis I in Italy.
But I thought we were going to see Leonardo da Vinci and his flying machines.
We are. But in the year 1515, Da Vinci was a royal painter. He lived in that tower on the right. Stand by to refocus inside.
Yes, sir.
There he is, Jet. Leonardo da Vinci, considered by many to be the greatest genius who ever lived.
Golly, what's he doing?
He's working on the Mona Lisa, one of his most famous paintings. He started it many years ago, but he died still feeling it was unfinished.
What's that funny-looking thing over there on the right?
That's Da Vinci's model of a 10-barreled gun, the forerunner of the modern machine gun. He also had ideas for tanks, armored cars, and many other instruments of war centuries before they were ever built. Da Vinci was far ahead of his time, Jet. In fact, it wasn't until our own century that his greatness as a scientist was fully realized. For instance, there's his model of a swinging bridge, a projector, and sketches of pulleys and many other things.
Criminy, what's that?
That's Da Vinci's model for a helicopter. That aerial screw was meant to be turned by manpower at a speed to lift the machine and its occupant into the air. Of course, manpower would never have done it. But if Davinci had had a motor, that helicopter would actually have flown.
Golly. Captain, look. Is that another model of a flying machine?
That's right, Jet. Leonardo developed the principles of both vertical and horizontal flight. And that machine is the original forerunner of powered aircraft, conceived almost 4 centuries before man finally got off the ground.
In qualche modo devo fissare l'espressione dell'anima e non solamente quella del volto. Non posso fidare questo.
Jet, set the language rectifier to Italian so we can understand him.
It is no use. No use. I know how I want it to be, but I cannot make it so. Life is now short. What have I completed? Nothing. My inventions, my painting, my studies, all unfinished. And so little time left. My flying machines, what good are they? Studies of birds in flight, my experiments on air currents, what could possibly come of them? Too many projects and too few completed. What is the use to go on? Who will know or understand? Wasted. Wasted.
Captain, he thinks his life is wasted. He thinks he has done nothing.
That's the way it is with great men, Jet. The more they learn, the more they realize is yet to be learned.
But isn't there some way we could show him how important his work is?
Maybe. Maybe there is. Stand by to activate the materialization chamber. Perhaps we can show him.
You mean we're going back to the 16th century?
No. We're going to bring Davinci to the 20th century. Stand by.
He's materialized out of the 16th century, Captain.
At ease, Star Cadets! Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour will be back in a moment! Stand by for action, Star Cadets! We now return to Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour!
Transforming from electrical impulses and beginning to materialize. Coming in. He's in. Signor Davinci.
What? Who are you? Where am I? How did I get here?
Don't be alarmed, Mr. Davinci. We're your friends. We brought you here.
But how? And why? And what sort of place is this?
This is my studio, you might say, where I experiment in time and space.
Time and space? Ah, yes. I too have made some experiments in space and models of flying machines. But I fear it is for naught.
No, Mr. Davinci. I'm going to show you what has become of some of your ideas and experiments.
What has become? Do you not mean what will become or what might become?
No, what has become. You'll find this difficult to believe, Mr. Davinci, but you are now in the 20th century.
The what century?
The 20th.
Oh, I see. Strange, I could almost believe I were awake. Yet I know this can only be a dream.
Come with me, Mr. Davinci.
Of course, of course.
Coming, Jet?
Later, Captain. I want to have another look at Mr. Davinci's flying machines.
Okay. The one thing you lacked in your time, Mr. Davinci, was an efficient source of power. This is part of our equipment for generating electrical power here at the laboratory.
Unbelievable. Simply unbelievable.
Come, I still have more to show you.
If I took this up to the top of the tower and pushed off, I'd be the first man in history ever to fly. Yeah.
And there's our latest development in air and spacecraft, the rocket ship.
Fantastic. Utterly fantastic.
There's still more to see. And now, Mr. Davinci, I'm going to refocus the view screen from your studio in the 16th century and show you some of the things that are going on in the world today. These are but a few of the types of aircraft that have developed from your original flying machines. You lacked an efficient source of power, which has since been supplied. But your theories of flying were far ahead of your time. And the original experiments you made in your studio have led to these experiments in the sky, at heights far above the clouds, and at speeds faster than the speed of sound.
Fantastic. Utterly fantastic.
And here's the nerve center of a modern airport, the control tower. So many planes in the air that traffic must be controlled to prevent accidents.
Traffic in the air?
Yes. Airplane pilots must check with the tower before takeoff and before landing, as well as during flight. Thousands of airplanes come and go through the day and through the night, carrying passengers and cargo on regular schedules all over the world. And here's a helicopter, of which the model of your aerial screw is the forerunner.
My theory of compressing the air to obtain lift.
Right. In fact, if the model in your studio had an efficient source of power, it too would fly. And these are wind tunnels, inside of which conditions of flight are manufactured and experiments with air currents are carried on. Inside those tunnels, winds are made to blow at hundreds of miles per hour, so that flying machines may be safely tested.
What strange alchemy lets me see these things?
And here's the latest development in powered flight, an experimental flying platform developed in the United States.
Where?
In the land that Columbus discovered during your lifetime.
Now I know I'm dreaming.
No, it's true, Senor Davinci. The most recent developments in aviation are away from the fixed wing of horizontal flight with its many limitations and back to your long-neglected theories of the flexible wing and vertical flight. Now, I want to show you one of the world's best-known paintings. Do you recognize this?
Why, certainly. My Mona Lisa.
Yes, known all over the world as one of the great works of art. And you are known as one of the greatest of artists. And now, Mr. Davinci, I'm going to send you back to your studio in the 16th century. Your life has been most worthwhile, and you still have much to do.
Yes, my studies and experiments are certainly not in vain.
Now, if you'll just sit in the chamber there.
Yes, of course. And thank you, whoever you are, for conducting me through a most fantastic dream.
Goodbye, Mr. Davinci. Jet? Jet! Tetro?
Yes, Captain?
Jet down there?
Why, no, I thought he was up there with you.
Okay, thanks. Wait a minute. Jet seemed mighty interested in Davinci's flying machine. I wonder if he could have... Gone! The machine has disappeared and so has Jet. Tetro, stand by to take over. I'm going back into time.
Yes, sir. But what's wrong, sir?
Jet disappeared with Davinci's flying machine.
Well, what's wrong with that?
The machine never worked. Stand by.
Yes, sir.
I'll bet he's gone up on the roof of that tower.
Everything seems to be operating all right. And I'm certainly high enough to get a good start. Colin, if this thing works, I'll be famous.
Hang on, Jet. Hang on. I'm almost there, Jet. Hang on. You, Jet? Trying to get yourself killed?
No! I just want to be the first man in history ever to fly.
You almost were. Straight down. Tetro, take us back.
Crime. I still think it would have flown if that ledge hadn't gotten in the way.
No, Jet. Even though Da Vinci designed machines for flying way back in the year 1515, it wasn't until 1903 that man actually flew under power.
Colin, almost 4 centuries later.
That's right.
Da Vinci really was ahead of his time.
Yes, but once we got off the ground, we really moved fast. And there's no telling where it will end.
Be sure to be standing by when we again transmit you to this remote location on the planet Earth, where Captain Zero and his associates will conduct another experiment in time and space.
Great job, Star Cadets! The Captain will debrief you in a moment when Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour returns!
Mission accomplished, Star Cadets. You've all served with valor and honor. The Space Patrol, Captain Zero, and I, Captain Paxar, of the Interdimensional Peace Force, salute you. You may now stand down until we meet again at the appointed time coordinates, when we will again undertake a daring mission through time, space, and alternate dimensions. Until then, Star Cadets, always remember, keep the peace.